First at 5, a local town's fire department say their staffing woes are at critical levels and getting worse. I'm Shannon Heggie.
I'm Mike Montecalvo. Alex Torres-Perez gives us a closer look at the problem and how it's impacting the fire department's ability to serve the community. Alex?
Just this weekend, the Coventry Fire Department was essentially demobilized, tackling a half-an-acre brush fire, leaving the rest of the town at risk. It's something that happens fairly often as they have a limited manpower to respond to calls, leaving the station unmanned for hours. Stephen Baker and his brother were in West Warwick when they got a call from their mother about a fire at their home. They didn't expect to be first at the scene.
I'm like, okay, how did I beat you guys here?
Firefighter and District 1 Town Councilor Jonathan Pasqua says it's because of staffing.
It's hard to keep up. I want to give you an accurate number, but they're dropping like flies and I cannot keep up. It is a crisis. It is a crisis today and it's only getting worse rapidly.
Pasqua says 6 firefighters resigned just last week with more looking to leave. So departments often cross-man their fire trucks and ambulances, which can leave stations empty for hours when a call comes in.
And oftentimes people banging on the door for help. There's nobody there to answer the door.
An ongoing nightmare for firefighters and paramedics as staffing issues have caused a number of close calls for community members and first responders, like last week's apartment fire.
We had people trapped, people hanging out the windows. NFPA says you have to have 18 for that. 18, we had 6. And that was a gift.
That's because all crews happened to be at their station at the time.
We hit the lottery and nobody was on a call. And I mean, for 7,000 calls a year, that's a rarity.
But Pasqua knows it could have been worse.
If this fire happened a couple hours later, it was the middle of the night, or if this fire happened in a situation where Rescue 6 or Rescue 4 or Rescue 1 were out, which is very, very common, we would have taken people out and put them in body bags. And that's the truth.
A wake-up call that something needs to be done.
Thank God nobody got killed, but it's going to happen if we don't change something. It's not if, it's when.
Discussions are underway to try to fix this issue. New at 6, I'll go over some of those solutions and why there's some resistance. Reporting in the newsroom, I'm Alex Torres-Perez, 12 News.
Staffing at Coventry Fire Departments is at critical levels, putting the community at risk.
And now town councilors are discussing whether they need to step in. 12 News reporter Alex Torres-Perez goes over some of those solutions. Alex?
Mike and Shannon, this is an ongoing issue for years. At 5 o'clock, we showed you just how bad it is right now. New at 6, the Coventry Town Council is discussing a possible takeover of Coventry's 4 separate fire districts, and they each are separate and independently run. A major wake-up call after an apartment complex fire in Coventry last week.
They were one 911 call away from dying. It's a nightmare for me. It keeps me up at night.
Which is why firefighter and District 1 Town Councilor Jonathan Pasqua is calling for a single municipal fire department.
The town does need to think about the future, and we need to stop kicking the can down the road.
Town Council President Hillary Lima told 12 News the council is concerned with the, quote, stability and predictability of the public's access to fire and EMS services. She goes on to say they are exploring ways to ensure the long-term fiscal stability of providing these services. An independent study on the matter published late last year laid out 3 options. 1, maintaining the status quo, which the consulting group says will likely create a critical situation where some districts are no longer financially sustainable. 2, consolidate the 4 districts and have a single tax rate for the town. Or 3, a municipal fire department, which the town will control and be responsible for, getting rid of the district's fire taxes and adding it to the residents' property taxes. However, there are concerns. District 3 Councilor Jamie LeBlanc is worried about the added expenses for the town and potential cuts it could bring to other departments, just to name a few. And State Representative Patricia Morgan is also not a fan of the idea.
So consolidation sounds good in principle, but in reality, it only ends up costing taxpayers more.
But Pascal says change needs to happen to keep the community safe, and that conversation needs to start now.
You have to provide the service that people need at a fiscally responsible cost, and right now, you're not providing the service they need. It's not good.
And Pascal says that the town does not need voting approval to make the switch to a municipal fire department, but it's not as easy as just taking over. Discussions are ongoing and it will take time. In the meantime, the Central Coventry Fire Department is looking at some short-term solutions, and they'll have a meeting next month to try to add another ambulance for its district. Reporting live in studio, I'm Alex Torres-Perez, 12 News.